What's good, Josh? Your boy Brian Keith. I'm gonna get into this before I get on this train. I wanna, like I said, I'm on my 100 day challenge. Today's talk kind of it's a story that kind of piggybacks off of what I said before about when I was 10 doing the laundry, and a lady said to my mother he's gonna make a good boyfriend one day. And I said, but I didn't say my mother, and my mother was like, yeah, because at 10, I was a latchkey kid, spend a lot of time on my own, me and my siblings and other kids I knew. Our parents used to disappear, go down south, or just go away for a weekend and just leave it in the house with, with food and key, and just let us, for the most part, take care of ourselves. So, my theory, my thought is that you don't have to make someone a good boyfriend, or a good husband. You make them a good man and everything else falls in place. So I have a story where at the time my son was in 7th grade, I think. And, we're down in the kitchen, and my son is talking about a girl in his school, and he uses the HOE word. And it kind of caused a little uproar, about the conversation. Now, my wife, who seems to be a feminist, she says that, it's always a problem when a guy sleeps with a bunch of girls and he's a stud, or he's get patted on the back. And I'm just paraphrasing. And that whole talk about, a girl, if a girl does what a guy do, then she's labeled. And as I'm, kind of trying to educate my son, I kind of had to back her off a little bit, and a lot of it, to be honest with you. And, there's a thing that I call, and in my book, I probably write this. I don't know if it's a chapter or should be a book itself. There's a thing called, at least I label as the hive of the sisterhood. And that's when, regardless of, because, these women, they have no accountability. But regardless of what she's done, he had to have done something to make her do that. Not whether or not she's right or wrong, but it had to be something he did that made her do what she did. And no accountability. So the talk, or the angle the wife is coming from, is that, my son shouldn't call her a HOE, because women have the right to do whatever it is that they want to do. They should be able to do the same thing a man can do. And my perspective is that that's not the argument. The argument should be, he shouldn't be calling her that, even if that's his judgment, right? That's what he decided she is because of her actions. My argument is that he shouldn't be calling her that, though he thinks it. And that's fine. What he should say, she's that type of girl, let me stay away from that type of girl. You understand what I'm saying? Not calling her out of her name. Reserve his judgment and move accordingly. It doesn't mean that she has the right to do whatever she wants to do, but it doesn't mean she won't get judged for what she does. You understand what I'm saying? So, because, and then also too, the other argument is, because I got off into a tangent at that point. We was in the family room. There's a carpet on the floor. I said, we are going to step on this carpet many a times. And each time we step on this carpet, it will never be the same. No matter how much we clean it, it will never be the same. And that's essentially what's happening when women let men into their temple. Each time a man goes in that temple, it's never, I don't care how much vinegar water or summer breeze you use, it will never be the same. And we're going to talk down the line too about what the body, a female's body, actually goes through biologically when a man comes into her body, and spiritually when a man comes into her body, into her temple, and leaves stuff behind. Because now that stuff that gets left behind, especially when she has a baby by a guy, his DNA and her DNA mutates. So each guy, each Tyrone, each Pookie, each Ray Ray, she allows to allows to plant, allows to sow in her, something gets left behind. So she's never the same after that. You understand? She's far from what she originally was. Each time a man comes into her temple and leaves a little something behind, leaves a dirty footprint behind. So she's never the same. And I've seen women who are promiscuous as they get older, they seem to get a little more loopy. You understand what I'm saying? A little more loopy. And that's kind of like the backstory of Medusa. Is all those snakes in her head is all the men that entered into her life. But that's a whole. We're gonna get into that down the line because it's very interesting. But nonetheless, though, the argument here is not, you know, my wife called me a chauvinist. You know what I'm saying? I said I'm not a chauvinist. I'm the least chauvinist person you know, because one, I was a single dad, so I'm doing the job of the quote unquote mother. You know, I have him at 18, 19 years old. When we got together, I did 98+% of the cooking, the laundry, the shopping. You know, I mean, she goes out and works. She's a hell of a woman. But like I tell her, she's a hell of a woman, but she's not a lady. You know what I'm saying? She has this idea of, because she does this bit of work, she should be allowed this kind of entertainment. And that's all fine. You understand what I'm saying? But just understand the mentality. And I understand the mentality where it comes. I tell you, I'm the least chauvinist person. You know, you're a feminist. I'm the least chauvinist, especially if I'm doing the man side. I got to do 100% of what the man does and then 50% of what the woman does, of what the woman's supposed to quote unquote do. I'm the least chauvinistic person. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with being a chauvinist, saying that a man can't do what a woman can't do what a man do. The point is that women aren't built for that. And that's the issue. That's the issue, because they will never develop how a man develops. They aren't made to develop in that way. So it has nothing to do with a woman could do what a man could do. You know what I'm saying? Or how it's looked upon. You're never the same. You're not going to be the woman that you think you are by letting these activities happen or going through these activities. Like I said, my son is wrong for calling her that out loud, even if that's the case, even if that's what she ends up being. He needs to reserve his verbal judgment for himself, make a decision and move accordingly. Don't interact with a person like that. That girl is not for you, or that girl is for a certain activity or entertainment. But that is it. That is it. You know what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with chauvinism versus feminism. Really, it's a human thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't judge me. Yeah, everybody gets judged. Everybody gets judged. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay my bills, a credit card judge me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do well on my tests or trust me, point blank, everybody gets judged. You understand? It's not an opinion. It's a fact. This is what's happening. This is what she's doing. This is what he's doing. My judgment is this person's not good moral character, of good moral character. This person is not for me. Let me move on. And that's that. That's that. So it's not about what a female can do, what a man can do, but what it is that you will be judged accordingly, and that's it. You will be judged accordingly, and you will develop accordingly. It's math. There's no way around it. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4. You know what I'm saying? It's just the math. So the more people you allow into your temple, or the more life force, as far as a man, the more life force he deposits into the world, things go topsy-turvy. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, mentally, physically. So it has nothing to do with being chauvinistic and being feminist. It has all to do with just being human. And that's it, man. It's your boy Brian Keith. Please, like I haven't said it in much of these videos, but please subscribe. Please, if you lasted this long, I was supposed to say it back at the beginning, but please subscribe, because this is a work in progress, and I just appreciate you sticking around. and coming back. Come on back. Let's have this discourse, man. Like I said, I call it the green pill because, you know, definitely not blue pill. Red pill's a bit extreme, but it's a solid foundation to stand on. And, you know, once I get situated, I haven't written in my book, I'm going to end a quote from MTR, which is a great quote. And that's just it, man. Because a lot of us, you know, we love some women, we adore women, and we like to do our thing. But we have to understand what it is that we're dealing with what we're dealing with. Because if you're not really on game and not really paying attention to what's happening before you, things can go awry. And that means your life is... All right, it's your boy Brian Keefe. I'm out. Peace.